Hey, Miss Moggy. Hello. How are you today? You enjoying your allotment adventure?
Yeah. Miss Moggy,
Miss Moggy. Hey guys, welcome back to Alternative Smallholding.
This is
Rue.
Moggy.
Mogwai. I'm Jazz. And Bearded Dude is somewhere. Where are you? There he is. It's a noisy Sunday. We are at the plot. It has been a very busy morning. In fact, it's been a very busy weekend, guys. We haven't had any rain in about 24 hours. But the ground is still very, very muddy. Let me show you this. This is our pathway. It's awful. Are you following me?
Just
So yesterday we spent the best part of the day up here. Hold on to this fence whilst I walk. And we got absolutely loads done. Now, if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, in our Facebook group, we've got a new group, guys. Alternative Smallholding group. Come and join us over there. Come and share your stories. Have a natter. It's a lovely place. So if you join us on there, then you may already know some of the stuff that we've done. But do you remember this? This used to be the big raised bed. And we dug it all out. You emptied it the other day, didn't you? Rue took all the crops out, which you'll see in our last video. We emptied it all out onto here and in these beds.
Like, ooh.
Do you want to go and have a scratch through the mud?
Go. She's like, okay. I'm fine with this.
And then we enlisted the help of another friend, a plot neighbour. Because that frame did not want to budge. We swore that gravity was stronger in the air and it was holding it down. So we eventually got it over in pieces down here, and we had to take out this bed on the end here as well, which had all of our herbs and that in, because it was too long, and if we had left it where it was, then we'd need to take out the beam frame, and that's not ready yet. You ready to put this back together? Don't destroy the fence, dude. So, Rue is going to play with Mogwai for a bit. Bearded Dude is going to put that back together, the bed back together. And I am going to do the broad beam bed. We've come prepared today. We've brought food and the gas for the cooker. And we've finally procured some from my uncle. And so we plan to be here for a good while if we can. So this bed here, if I turn you around, this that you can see, the darker patch, that's all going to be broad beams. There's only the chard left in, which I'm going to take home, and then I'll sort that out later on. I'll get it in the freezer or something. But I want to get out all of these herbs. Herbs? They're not herbs. Weeds. The dandelions. I need to get out all of the dandelions, and then we might get our broad beans in, which is exciting. I'm going to show you all of our save seed and our onions and garlic and everything in a moment. And before that though, I'm going to start weeding before Bearded Dude needs me to help shift all this mud again. There's a lot of it. There's one thing I love about weeding when the ground is soft, is you can get dandelions, and they're like, you can get the whole darn root. So this bed's almost done. We've only been doing it for 5 minutes. See? And then I'm going to put a top layer of compost on it, but it's not going to be new compost. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to finish this off, and then I'm going to go and grab everything so that I can show you. We're just going to take a minute from preparing the bed to go and see what Bearded Dude's doing. So it all sounds all go up here. You okay? What are you doing? You're making your joists to fit over the middle. Yeah? It's quite big, isn't it? Bigger than we thought it was. It didn't look that big when it was down the other way on the plot. So we still need to take out these 2 beds and we'll use the soil somewhere else. But this one and this one are coming out. That one I've taken the frame out of already and it's just laying in the greenhouse frame at the moment. Are you okay? What's coming out? These? Yeah, you can take what you want from there. Before we do these broad beans, I just want to show you something that I'm really excited about. I'm just going to pop you in the brassica cage. So can you see? We have a purple cauliflower. I thought that all the cauliflower plants had died, so that's really exciting. And look at those sprouts. Look at them. Whoop. They're doing good, aren't they? Some of them have got like hardly any, but that plant looks good. So, pardon? She's not, darling. So, this is our brassica cage. So anything like broccoli, sprouts, cabbage, kale, collards, cauliflower, anything like that, we cover up. Now I keep hearing in America people saying that they're having to spray their brassicas because the cabbage white butterfly is laying their eggs on, which leads to the little green caterpillars. And I just keep thinking, why are you spraying? Even if it's organic, just cover them up. It solves so many issues, so much work. So if you are somewhere that doesn't typically cover your brassicas, try that next year and it will take out so much work for you. In the UK, virtually nobody in the UK grows brassicas without having a net on them because it's just too much. The butterflies can be a bit crazy here. We have quite a lot of them, so we always cover. Right then, broad bean bed. I have levelled it off, I've raked it out, and that is basically, could be ready to go. But what I'm going to do is, these are pots of spent compost, so they've got no nutrition left in them, they've been used to grow things already, but I'm going to dump those on the top of here. Now a little while ago, if you remember, I said we're not going to do no dig, we're going to do minimal dig. But one of the principles of no dig is building the soil. And because we've got terrible clay soil here, adding layers of compost really helps with increasing drainage and just builds it up so it's a more loamy soil rather than just solid clay, because it's terrible. So wherever we can, that's what we're going to do. It doesn't need to be fresh compost, so you're just building it up, creating a new layer, and then mulching helps a lot as well. But what I'm going to do with this lot is just dump this on top, and then I'll get the broad beans planted. There we go. It's only a couple of millimetres thick. It's not a proper thick mulch. I know some people will say, well, you need to have it a couple of inches deep. But this is just creating a nice looser layer of topsoil. So hopefully this will just build the soil. There's loads of worms in those buckets too, and they're going to go down and help aerate the ground. So every little helps, as they say. She's fine. Right then, time to talk onions, garlic and broad beans. So these are my broad bean seeds. I am not planting any. No, that's a monkey apple, don't give it that. I'm not planting any broad beans from brought seeds this year. So that's what we're growing. Now these are my saved Aquadolce Claudia from last year, because we had a fantastic bean crop. They grew really, really well. So I left a couple of plants in and I saved them. And I have actually done a germination test and they sprouted. so that's a good sign. So they're fully dry, they're in the little baggie, and that's what we'll be using for broad beans. I've also saved some of our own garlic. Now, these are quite good cloves. I'm quite pleased with these. They're quite chunky, the same kind of size or bigger than, I'll get that in a second, than the ones that we got from the shop. So I've got, did I write how many on? I didn't, but we've got a bag of saved garlic. I'll put those back in. Then we have our Wilkinson's garlic, which I always grow every year. I'm not sure what variety it is. Is it Germador? No, it's slightly purple. No, there's two varieties here. One's Germador and one's Solvent White, and I think the Solvent White is what I grew last year. But I've got Germador in here too, so that's a big bag of garlic. And then yesterday, I can do this without dropping them, I got garlic Marco, which has a strong flavour and is a good storer. Now, I love the Wilkinson's garlic, but it's not strong enough for us. We eat a lot of garlic and we like it very, very strong. It keeps the vampires away, so they say. I split these bulbs up, so when you get a bulb of garlic, you don't plant the bulb, you break it up and you plant individual cloves. The base plate at the bottom is what you want to plant in, so the pointy bit is up, and you plant it about 2 inches below the surface, okay? And then the shoots will come up. There you go. It is a lot of garlic, but as I said, we use a lot. Usually if a recipe says like use 2 cloves of garlic, we're like, you mean a bulb, right? That's how much we love garlic. So we're doing those. Onion wise, I've already planted 45 onions in our bed at home. Now, I don't usually use that bed over winter, so I thought this year I'd actually make it more productive, and then we're going to pick those onions early as small onions, maybe pickling onions, or to use fresh earlier in the year, and then replace that crop with carrots. But here on the plot here, I am planting our Japanese onion sets, which are usually Shensu from Wilco's. Again, I'll say I'm not sponsored by Wilco's. I just love them. I always have the best results with them. I've tried other garlics, I've tried other onions, I've tried other seeds, I've tried other places, and here where we are, don't know if it's how I grow or the conditions we've got, they always gives us the best crops, including potatoes. So I stick to what works. That's it. But I also wanted to try red onions this year because I've been doing a quick onion pickle, and I picked up like a massive bag of like 30 red onions for 10p from a local supermarket, and I did quick onion pickles with them, and they were so nice. So this year I thought I'm actually going to try and grow some red onions myself, just for pickles. So these ones are electric, never grown them before. Has anyone else grown them? Are they good? Are they bad? I know there's generally electric or red baron that most people grow, so I don't know. I'm totally indifferent, but I've got 50 here, so I'm going to plant them all. And I'm also going to get another bag of the Wilco's ones, which have 50 in, so that will be 150 here at the plot and 45 at home. And I'll probably get more, to be honest. The onions last year we had 63, and I'm saving like the last couple to use for our Christmas meals, because I love at Christmas time having our own food. We've got food that is actually stashed away just for Christmas, because homemade Christmas dinner, you can't beat it, right? So that's what we'll be growing, and I just want to show you these. All of these and some more at home are saved tomato seeds. Now we've got Dug-in White, we've got Amethyst Jewel, Jackass Yellow, I've got some straw flowers in here as well, Emerald Green Cherry, Black Rim, they're all the other way around, Brandy Boy. There's spoon, there's lots and lots of spoon tomatoes. If you're after spoon tomatoes, I've got you covered, okay? Tigerella, more Black Rim. There's a lot of different varieties of tomatoes in here. So they will be going up in either a seed swap that I want to organise in our Facebook group that I mentioned earlier. So if you go onto Facebook and you search Alternative Smallholding, you'll get our Facebook page, but you'll also get a Facebook group. If you ask to join that group, then soon we'll be having a seed swap going on in there. Now this is probably going to be just UK based because of like regulations around sending seeds around the world, but there's no reason why we can't organise one in different areas of the world if there's enough of you that want to do swaps. So My seeds will be just for the UK, but you can organise one too, and I'm happy for that to take place in the group. The tomato seeds will all be going up for either swap, or we'll like put some things up for sale because Rue wants to sell a few for pocket money, so they'll be like 50p for so many. But these are all heirloom open pollinated seeds, so the best thing about it is not only are you growing safe seeds, but you can also save the seed yourself next year and then share that with people that you love, like we love you guys. So yeah, so I think that's enough sitting down for now. I think I actually need to get up and get these broad beans into the ground. So saved broad beans from 2019 are going to be our 2020 crop. Have a chicken helper. You gonna help me plant the beans? Huh? I need those worms, Moggy. They're to help my soil. I'm not sure that's all that helpful, to be honest. You little tiny raptor. I've got my tiny helper. I'm not sure you're actually going to be any help, are you, Missy? No, not at all. I'm going to lay out these beans and then get them in the ground. Hopefully she doesn't eat them. Look at her. Never mind. Right, Mogwai's trying to help me plant the broad beans. Could you like remove the chicken? Okay, right, my battery is flashing red already, which is a bit odd because I thought it was fully charged. So I'm just going to show you how to plant these, and then we'll call this the planting broad beans video. So there you go. So if you can see them, I planted them about, well, put them down about 45 centimetres apart. We're not doing as many as we did last year, just because we've got more space dedicated to other things. But what I'm going to do is, where the bean is, I've got my little tiny trowel. I'm going to make a little hole. It's about the depth of this trowel, so that's like 3 inches. Drop it in, and there you go. Now there's a lot of talk about you need to plant beans in a certain way, and I say this every year. Rue plants beans, she just chucks them in and they always come up. It doesn't matter really which way you put them in. So these are Aquadulce Claudia. We plant them in autumn so that we can get our bed free earlier next year. And I'm going to get ahead and plant all of these, and then I'll show you hopefully tomorrow or in a couple of days our progress on the raised beds and the rest of the plot. So thank you for watching. This has been Jazz at Alternative Smallholding. If you have any experience with electric red onions, pop it below, and I hope you are finally getting some sunshine. Or I've been speaking to some of you and you've been in months and months of drought in Australia. I'm really sorry. I just, it's horrible. The weather this year has been horrible, guys, and I really hope that you get some rain going into your growing season. So yeah, but don't forget to join our Facebook group, and hopefully we will have abundant crops in 2020. Let's see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.